Carolina Panthers. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Operating from the gun, Richmond. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. An early task. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Off the play fake. Richmond. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there for Carolina.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Now a throw here to his running back. And out of bounds right around the 20. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now a give right side. It's Patterson, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Richmond. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Cordero Patterson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Fields now to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Montez Sweat in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Finding room at the 30. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Flush to his right. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone.
He's got a man, complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, he gets it to Patterson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
These two teams all tied after 1. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. DeMarcus Lawrence. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From the gun, Richmond. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Touchdown, Panthers. Mike Williams, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Panthers have taken the lead. extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
14, Saints 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. Now a hit and a loose football. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7.
Saints 7.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On first down, Fields. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Fields throw complete there to Beckham. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Gladney. And the Panthers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This offense, thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit. Let them catch their breath.
Off play action. Richmond. Escaping the pressure right. And Waller taking it in over the middle. Dances by him. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
It doesn't matter where on the field he is, even down here in the red zone, he is still slippery with the ball in his hands. And he was almost able to work his way into the end.
And as he throws, he lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. 2nd and 10. Fields. He'll find ETN out of the backfield. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. A shotgun snap, Fields. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here comes the Saints punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. On 1st and 10, Richmond. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. He was looking for Rashad Bateman there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And that would be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. .31 yards on the punt there. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. He's got Turner, and he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. Buying time to his left. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
On play action, Fields. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. He's picked off near his own 48. And now to the races down the right side. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Saints 7.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. He'll drop this one off with ETN. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. To throw again on second down. Fields forced out to his left. Finding some room at midfield. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero. There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Touchdown! That's caught. Odell Beckham. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Saints 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin first and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
He'll look downfield for Waller. And that is incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and now it's third down. Back to throw. Richmond. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. Here's Fields. Flushed out right. And that's complete to Etienne out of the backfield. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll lead here to a third down. Out of the gun, Fields. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 16. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to a backup.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That is caught, Rashad Bateman. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Patrick. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Back back to throw again. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Rashad Bateman there to make the grab. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter, 2nd and 10. And my goodness, another interception. John Johnson with the INT. And the return will stop right around the 25. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking to throw. Richmond. Touchdown, Panthers. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Panthers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. They always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Tim Patrick. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Panthers are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead.
Saints 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
Over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Full run show Fatukasi. Forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. The Saints on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 28, and he will take this down to the 10-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there, and gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't, and also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys, but being down this big, you also take even more chances, and in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Quick hitch, complete. It's Patrick. Touchdown! Tim Patrick with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
63, Saints.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Turner. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now Fields. Dancing to his left. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Turner. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Fields now to throw. Getting this into the hands of Turner. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Off play action. Fields sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
16 brings up 2nd down.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields steps away to his left. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Not much there, only a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll roll him out right. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no. There was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Eluding the pressure right. Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's taken down here by the Saints. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Off the play fake, Richmond. Flush to his right. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand, roughing the passer. It out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Richmond. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Off play action. Richmond. He's going to let it go again. And incomplete on the deep ball. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of...
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the 1st of their timeouts. It's just their 1st. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The Saints going to call the 1st of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Looking to throw. Richmond. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't. But he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
He'll buy some time right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. There he goes, right side.
Bring in the
40.
second string. Bring in the second string.
20. 10. 5. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.